also today to let the mayor know that we do not appreciate her charge to the chief of police. Our black officers, everybody was just recognized totally by her actions. She didn't have enough guts to come out here and even ask us would we have it, or would we like to have it, or to whom we'd like to have. So she brought Pamer back in here and assumed we ought to love it. So we're gonna protest until he leaves town. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's all right.
We're gonna do everything we can. If it means quit buying at all the stores, there'll be no city tax. Whatever we have to do to protest, let her understand that we do mean business. We're counting on all of y'all being with us. Thank you.
That's right. I'll tell you one other thing, and they're going to accuse me, and I have been doing this for 40 years, of playing the race cards. I'm about to play the race card, but it's not my deck. It's Mayor Taylor's deck. Her deck is only white cards in it. It's time to play those cards for everybody, regardless of your race, and say enough is enough.
That's right.
You've been betrayed.
That's right.
You've been lied to, you've been beat up, you've been betrayed, and it's time to quit letting them kick dirt in your face. No more.
No more.
I do want to talk about the selection of the police chief.
Yeah.
And if the mayor, you know, what she did, she recycled. She had a perfect opportunity to get someone new. We're saying no recycling, we want something new. And if you were going to recycle, why not recycle Drew?
Right.
Anyway, you know, I represent the NAACP, and NAACP has, in my opinion, helped everybody in one way or another through the things that we've done. And so I can't let an opportunity go by by letting you know that the NAACP is still alive and well here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Very dynamic and educated person. Please hear me. A dynamic speaker, an educated person who also cares about Tulsa. That is none other than Walter Busby.
I am the immediate past president of the Tulsa Black Officers Coalition, and part of the problem that we have is that who has been put in place, the legacy that he left as he was leaving was a pardon shot on the stands of federal court that said that the Black Officers Coalition provided no value to the Tulsa Police Department nor to the North Side community. And this is the same man that came back and said, give me a second chance. Well, you don't get just a second chance. You got to put in work in order to show that you've changed. You can't come in and say, I've changed after I got this, you need to give me a chance. And so what we know, and from his past, we know him very well. This is not something that somebody told us. This is not some article that we read. This is not some book. We live him. We know him very well. So this is not a guess deal on our part. We know what he was about. We know what he did when he was here. And we said, you don't have to prove yourself to us anymore. We know who you are. We know what you're about. And so the other night, I woke up and I thought I was having a bad dream, but then they had a press conference that confirmed my worst nightmare. So it's about time that we start saying, if this tax and if this is to show that we've been included, it doesn't really show that we've been included in anything. This is not progressive, and the people who are pushing it are not progressive. See, it's once again us, just us left out. We as a group, a citizen group, we as a community have got to show our strength in numbers and our unity that things count. What was promised to us, we didn't get promised that we would pick the chief, but we said we got promised that we would be included in the process. We never had a seat at the table. We never got to raise our voice. We never got to say anything. What was presented to us after the fact was who it was going to be. And then it's accept it or don't accept it. And so we choose not to accept it. And so that's the choice that all of you have, is choose not to accept it. And the same folks that were saying that we would be included, the same folks that hoodwinked, bamboozled, had us, is the same folks that are pushing this river tax, saying that it's progressive and Tulsa will benefit from it. And we say, no, we won't. Because what we intend to do collectively is raise our voices through the ballot box and say, no more. No more.
Lewis will now come and speak with us, and
know, what we need to do is put what's been said into action. You know, it's long past us talking. As long as we continue to talk, they'll continue to move, and we'll be sitting here talking for 30 more years. Okay? Chief Pamer knows that we have differences with him. One of the things that we'll always say as Christian people, we can forgive. We can forgive. But it's tough to forget when you have friends who've lost their job, with friends who've been suspended without pay, when other folks have been criticized, when we have other officers who are still amongst us in our ranks who have committed crimes, but they happen because of the color of their skin, they still have jobs. So we're going to continue to stand, whether if that means if we're fighting alone or fighting with the community. One of the things that we never stop doing in this lawsuit, we never stop raising money to fight. And if that means if we got 10 more years to fight again, we're prepared to fight. Because one thing that we have to do, we have to go home and look at ourselves and look at our children and then say, if I didn't fight to try to make it better for my son or my daughter, what have we done? You know, at some point in our lives, we have to stand up and say, what it is right, it's going to be right. I don't care if everybody else says wrong. If we know in our heart that this is right, let's fight for what's right. That's all we're asking this community to do, is to stand with us as we fight for what's right. We're not asking them to give us nothing. We're not asking for any entitlements. We're not asking for no quotas. We're just asking to be treated fairly in this community and in the hallowed halls of the police department. That's all we're asking for. Treat us the same on the north side as you do on the south side. That's all we're asking for. So when we meet with Chief Pamer and the mayor to the ministers, I say what other folks want to say. Let's not get divided. Let's not have trinkets thrown to you in the 30 pieces of silver to be able to come and you sell us out. Okay? I don't have to worry like some of the other people who are sitting in your church who have parishioners' kids gonna have guns pointed at them. They're not gonna do my son like that because I have a gun. Okay? But when you start talking about how we get mistreated, all we asking for is for the police department and the chief to set an environment that fair treatment is going to go all over this city. That's all we're asking for. Thank you for your time.